Hello and welcome back to Stinker Madness. I am your host, Justin. This is our part 2 of our year in review. With me, as always, is Sam and Jackie. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's continue where we left off. If you are just now checking out this episode, make sure to go back and listen to our previous year in review, part 1, where you can get our 10 through 5 picks. This is 4 through 1. Jackie, let's start off with you. You're number 4.
Number 4, the FP.
The FP.
The FP made
No
it.
shit.
Nice. I was looking at the FP and I was like, I didn't like the FP, but I can see why people do.
Dance Dance Revolution
Shit.
and Moon Boots, baby.
Oh
Is
my God.
ridiculous.
The duck thing. There's not enough ducks. There's too many homeless people and not enough ducks.
And isn't the last shot of a duck or something?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that even? Not enough ducks.
And he, does the fist pump in the air while getting a blowjob.
Yeah. I forgot how trashy the girl is.
Oh, she is just so trashy.
How trashy the girl is. Dude, everybody in this movie was trashy.
Trashy. It
Yeah.
was a trashy movie.
Yep.
This should have just been called Dance Dance Revolution
Trashville.
Trailer Park Edition.
Trashville, California.
Don't even really I had a hard time picking apart what was going on in general with that movie. So thinking back on it, I'm like, man, that thing was confusing.
Well, he had a bat cave,
Yeah, they just
a dance cave, whatever you want to call it.
it's the future. And in the dystopian future, all disputes are settled with DDR?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That is how it works.
And you can die from it.
You can die from Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, because his brother dies at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta seek revenge for my brother's death and take over the title as king. But man, to do that, you have to face your inner demons to do Dance Dance Revolution.
Sweet moves.
Yes.
Yes.
In moon boots.
In Moon Boots. But you have to train in the bat cave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which is it's kind of leak.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water built
Probably a sewage line right above there.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't smell like shit. It's not hard. And if it's not hard, it's not good. It's like they said in League of Their Own. If it was easy, everybody would play baseball.
I thought they said there's no crying in baseball.
He said there's no crying, but he's like, it's the hard. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It's the hard that makes it good.
Well, there's no crying in Dance Dance Revolution either.
No, there is dying, though.
There is dying.
You can die from it.
Mm-hmm. I also enjoyed the FP greatly. I thought it was one of the best tongue-in-cheek movies I've seen in recent years until a different one came out this year, but that I'm going to talk about later. I think that's a great pick, Jackie. I know that our friend Carl fucking hated it.
Carl did not. I wasn't as far out as Carl, but I was on Carl's side. I did not have the best time with the FP. I didn't hate it, but Carl fucking hated it.
It is, by evidence, not a film for everyone. Because a man almost killed a television because he hated it so much. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Silly, stupid, very referencing a lot of mistakes that films make that not very many other people reference. For instance, the audio is intentionally shitty.
Yeah.
The music is too loud and you can't hear what the characters are saying. That's a joke. I think a lot of people just didn't get it.
Yeah. There was the guy in the Camaro was badass at the end, like his crew or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And that was sort of a weird turn that I thought that the movie takes, that all the battles are settled by DDR, but then once he beats them, it's like they're like, let's go fucking kill these guys with guns. Wait a second, that's a very heavy turn.
Good pick, Jackie.
Thanks.
Number 4 for me, Men of War.
Men of War, starring Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren and a bunch of other guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some guys. Oh, Tiny Zeus Lister's in it.
Tiny Zeus Lister's in it, and he's nuts.
Yep. Fucking insane, dude. He is
just nuts.
batshit.
I had always wanted to watch this movie. We finally pulled the trigger on it, and it was like, what the hell is going on here? Whoa. It is batshit crazy.
It is batshit crazy, while still, is this movie saying something and I'm too stupid? Because it seems like they're trying to make a statement about something.
There is one thing that don't sneak up on people.
Yeah, that's rude, man.
Because if you sneak up on somebody when they have a grenade launcher, you'll get burned alive. And then he'll turn around and go, Don't sneak up on people.
And he has a grenade or a missile launcher. It's not a grenade launcher. It's a fucking missile launcher, a bazooka that doesn't work.
It sort of burns people.
Kind of burns them.
No one ever dies from getting hit by the grenade launcher. They just get
by a fucking missile.
Torched. I don't know who the guy is that plays the bad guy, but the world needs more of his crazy ass.
Oh my God.
He sucked, but it was like awesome sucking. Like, you don't even make any sense, buddy.
I believe I like Men of War more than I like Showdown in Little Tokyo. It may be my favorite Dolph Lundgren
movie. Yeah.
It is amazing.
Showdown is so fucking stupid, though.
It's so fucking stupid, but this is, again, one of those weird movies like Slipstream where it's like, is something good happening in front of me? And then seconds later, you're reminded, oh my God, this is so dumb. And then you're like, whoa, oh, they're going to say something about like child labor or global warming or something heavy. And then something stupid happens.
Something stupid happens.
And then it's just, Men of War is fucking a weird movie in the way that it's made, and it stinks in a way like no others.
It is just so much fun. And the last fight scene is kind of a microcosm of the whole movie, because it's going for a while, and then it just ends abruptly and horribly when he just jams a bone through the guy's skull, and you're like, whoa, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, that's done now.
He is dead. Wow.
And don't forget that he smashes an axe over his head, and the axe breaks, not his head.
And what were they after? Bird shit? The whole thing was over bird shit.
It was about bird shit, yeah.
Yeah, this bird shit was going to be good fertilizer. And then in the course of the movie, like, that's the statement it's sort of trying to make, is that, like, how corporations can rape the earth or whatever. I guess. Because in the course of the movie, the bad guy goes rogue, kills his bosses, the only reason he's there, and they're there to get the bird shit, but the bottom drops out of the market that they're in the middle of the fucking movie. Yeah, the bottom drops out of the bird shit market, but that's okay. We still need to blow each other up. And then the natives, who are like weird, are like, oh yeah, by the way, we're fucking psychotic killers, and we are ready to wage a war. We've been fucking waiting for this. Yes. Like, what is going on?
Men of War is fucking crazy. Yeah. The fact that they have to go to a island and exploit the local population for bird shit. Guys, just go outside. Wherever you're at, bird shit is everywhere. You don't need to go to this island. You got birds all over the fucking place.
Wasn't it shitting, yeah. But it was such a concentration of bird shit. I don't know.
I'll tell you how you get that much concentration of bird shit. Wash your car and then park it outside. You'll have all the bird shit you need.
There used to be a tree that I lived at a place with a tree that it wouldn't matter if it was washed or not. Like, if you didn't park there every day, you'd park there, and 2 hours later your car was white. No matter what color it was just like every bird in town would come shit on your car at once under this tree, and you couldn't do anything. And my roommate,
you could get a gun and shoot them.
You couldn't. There was too many. I'm not joking.
Too many fucking birds.
Like, about how much bird shit, and it was like caked on. You'd have to like scrape it off with a chisel. And
so
my
gross.
roommate would, like, he'd park there, and like he would wash his car so diligently, and he'd park there, and he would almost cry when he'd come out 2 hours later and it's just covered in shit. And I'd be like, I don't wash the Bronco anymore, man. It just gets covered in shit. You're fighting a losing battle. There's too much shit, and you couldn't even take it off with the windshield wipers. You had to have a scraper. You just scrape the shit off, because there was so. I mean, you can't do anything. It's your home.
See, there you go. You just park a car underneath that tree and can start a corporation of bird shit.
If I knew that there was a market for it, fuck, I'd be rich. I wouldn't be on this podcast.
Is there like, do the laws of supply and demand to play
on
when
anything,
you're into
right?
the bird shit market? Like, oh man, supply's really dropping out of the bird shit market.
Well, if like maybe I was the thing that dropped it out. Like, I showed up with a wheelbarrow. Like, this guy's got too much bird shit. It's not worth anything anymore.
He's flooding the market.
Yeah.
The precious
sell
bird shit commodity. Oh, if only Enron had been into bird shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the futures on that bird shit is good.
My number 4 pick, Dreamcatcher.
I didn't make my list, but
starring everybody.
Everybody. It is such a terrible movie.
It's so bad. Man, I loved it though, because when I saw it when it came out. I fucking hated it. I just was like, this movie is a load of fucking crap.
It's offensive.
And then we sat on it for so long, like, oh man, when we have to pull the trigger on a bad movie, like Catwoman type bad, it's gonna be Dreamcatcher, and we're all gonna struggle with it because it's long. And then we popped it in and could not stop fucking laughing at it.
It's so dumb.
So stupid.
It's like, it's up there. It's Megaforce level of fuck up. Because
Well,
it
it's
has
got-
that much money behind it.
Yeah, and it's got my favorite redhead guy in it.
Damian Lewis.
Damian
Yes.
Lewis.
I love that guy.
Who was amazing in Band of Brothers and not afterwards.
And then did not do a good job with his British accent.
Tip tip telly ho, I'm an alien.
Hello.
Hello.
So this fucking, when he becomes
Mr. Gay.
Mr. Gay,
Mr.
Mr. Gray, and gets on that fucking snowmobile, it's fucking hilarious. His fucking I'm a spooky alien face
Yeah.
is the dumbest thing ever.
It's like a surprise I shit my pants face.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's about spooky aliens, I think, because let's face it, this movie beat us. This movie defeated us. We fucking figured out Wicker Man. We beat Wicker Man. We answered all the problems with it and had solutions and how stupid those people were. We can't fucking figure this movie out.
It took 2 hours and you just have to give up. There's no making sense of it.
It is mind-boggling.
Yeah, and that's why this movie did make my honorable mentions.
It's just so dumb. And the fucking beginning where you're supposed to be scared, like, oh, this is scary, dude, something's happening. What's going to happen to these cabin guys? And then a guy with farts comes in. Like, that's the vehicle for fright is farts?
Farts. And just trying to deal with the material seemed impossible for the filmmakers and actors. Like when Morgan Freeman's just like, what about the shit weasels, Lenny? What about them? I don't know. I don't know about the shit weasels.
I can't believe anybody volunteered to be in this movie. Like, these heavy hitters, 2 of them are A-listers, and they read it and were like, yeah, I want to get involved with this thing. Shit weasels.
Shit weasels. You read the script and you know that it wasn't good. There's no chance for it.
Is it a comedy?
It has no chance. And its source material is admittedly nonsense by the author. Like,
Yes.
I was on drugs when I wrote that. I don't even know what it's about.
Oh my god, I absolutely just had a blast with Dreamcatcher and Duddits. Duddits. I love Duddits. That is Donnie Wahlberg's masterpiece. That's how he's going to go out in history is Duddits.
Duddits. I consider Duddits to be it is my benchmark for anticlimax. Like, oh boy, the aliens are gonna fight. Oh, I missed it. Wait, no, that was it. The movie's over? Oh.
So
Wait, what?
what?
They just poofed?
It
Is that
is-
good or bad?
It asks more questions than Lost did in 5 years. Like, you have no fucking idea. It does not solve any of your problems at the end of the movie. You're
No.
just standing there going, wait, what?
What? No.
You have to tell us what the fuck is going on. And it doesn't.
What's a Dreamcatcher got to do with any of this?
So is Duddits an alien, I guess?
Was he?
His mom banged an alien?
This is.
And it caused a retard?
Is that
Is
his
he retarded?
mom?
Or does he just have
Does
a
he-
speech impediment?
Is he hiding? Is that his mom? Does he like pay her to pretend to be his mom?
Or is he just an alien and that's how aliens talk? I just
don't
know.
understand.
And wait, hold on. This movie is about a poop monster? What the fuck?
What about the shit weasels?
The main villain comes out of your butt. That's just so stupid.
Sounds
No,
about
You
right.
can't do
This
that.
is odd because like somebody actually approached me off of the street that I barely know. Like it's an acquaintance that listens to our podcast, and she was like, just like couldn't ask, like I was going to be able to answer the questions I couldn't answer on the podcast. Like I had secrets. Like she she listened to it, had to go back and watch it, and it was like the movie psychologically deconstructed her, and she was looking to me for answers, and I didn't have any. It's like, I can't help you. Nobody can help you.
She's now living in the mental ward, thanks to Dreamcatcher.
Thanks to Dreamcatcher. She's like, I forgot that this thing doesn't make any sense.
She's just staring at a wall going, shit weasels. Shit weasels.
What about the shit weasels?
Shit weasels. Oh my god. Okay, Jackie, what do you got on 3?
We're getting up there for me.
Yep.
This was getting harder. But this should come as no surprise to you two gentlemen.
Okay.
Queen of the Damned.
No, we already have that one.
Again.
It's actually 7, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
It's just the best movie ever. No, this one is about a throat ripper.
Oh,
It's
Dalton.
Roadhouse.
Yep.
Roadhouse.
Old Dalton.
Nice.
Yeah, oh man, Roadhouse. What a classic cult film. I
Yeah.
mean, like, everybody loves this movie.
Because that old biker dude is sexy and he doesn't wear any
Sam
underwear.
Elliott sucks.
He sucks.
Sam Elliott is sexy and he doesn't wear any underwears in this movie, and you can see his pubic hairs.
It is so dumb and bad. And I mean, this is one of the hallmark bad movies. There is not a human being on Earth that's like, oh, fucking Roadhouse sucks. No, they're like,
Roadhouse.
Whoa, bad movies are a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was more than Roadhouse.
Right,
Because I fucking love Roadhouse.
I thought Roadhouse was the only one, right?
Yeah.
Because we're going to the Roadhouse.
It's so dumb.
It's made me, with our treatment of Point Break and Roadhouse, now I must, if no one else does, pull the trigger on Black Dog at some point, because
sure.
Patrick Swayze just stinks.
He stinks.
What? He had the time of his life. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I've never seen that.
Oh, well, I have like several million times, and it's pretty decent.
It's not.
He's
it's about statutory rape.
He's the bad guy in Skate Town, USA.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah, and what says Charles in Charge? Scott Baio's the good guy.
Yeah.
Because you have bad guys and good guys at skating rinks.
Yeah, you do.
Roadhouse. We should talk about the love scene.
Do we have to?
The painful. Oh, that poor woman's butt. He breaks her ass. Not with his penis. Not in the butt sexy way. He splits her ass in half while picking her up.
Yep.
Yep, it's like, this is an orange.
What am I, a wishbone?
Yes, that is her butt cheeks. It's a wishbone. The wish was, can you put my ass back together? And
yeah.
he doesn't.
And then probably like between cuts, I pulled them apart. Did you guys get a look at the starfish?
And isn't that the director's wife?
Who is it? Laura Dern? Not Laura Dern. The other one.
It's not. Yeah, it's not Laura Dern.
No, it's not the director. She's the daughter of somebody.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I don't think she's related to the director. Either way, maybe she is.
It is not. Oh my god, that's a terrible love scene.
They didn't do a good job casting because she's bigger than he is.
Yep.
You never want to do that.
Yeah, Roadhouse is a blast. I had a really good time watching it. Man, it's fucking nonstop laughing at it.
And I still think that Ben Gazzara does a good job. It's just that like there's no good job to be had in the film.
No.
So like even if Ben Gazzara is doing the right things, it's all wrong. It's just all wrong because of association to every other part of the film.
Oh, come on. You know, the best actor in this film was the guy with the goats that he rents the crappy apartment from, the old man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nobody wants to live there. Doesn't have any heating.
It's like the
walls.
sweetest place ever inside, and it's totally like a stabbing cabin for ladies, but nobody likes it.
I actually want to talk about the stabbing cabin because it's just the upstairs of a barn and it doesn't have one of the walls is missing. But he has like things in there and it's like
He's
no.
got like sweet furniture,
Yeah.
a hi-fi system, art.
Yeah, it wouldn't. The raccoons would take it in a night, right? That place would be fucked up.
Raccoons took my record player.
Not again.
And then the guy's like, "That's why no one wants to live there. Those raccoons are crazy."
And then the bad guy just lives across the lake from him.
Yeah, just on
staring
the
out.
other side of the river. Like, what the fuck, man?
They just stare at each other. I'm gonna get you, you son of a bitch, my neighbor.
Sounds similar to your neighborhood, Justin.
Yeah, it's the ultimate case of good neighbor, bad neighbor on screen.
On screen, yes.
They're both bad neighbors, and they know it. I'm gonna fuck you up, neighbor.
Neighbor.
I wonder what happens when they go to the HOA meetings.
So we gonna do anything about that road?
Die!
Die!
Oh, yeah.
I need you guys to stop drawing dicks on each other's mailboxes.
Okay, Sammy.
3 for me is Biggles.
Biggles
Adventure in Time is number 3 because I loved it and it's still good. Every bit as good as it was when I was a child. Alex Hyde White's awesome. The girlfriend going back in time with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of fun.
The helicopter sequences.
My baby, who's my darling? I still don't get why they did that. Like, that's the weapon. They're confusing people with shitty music.
Yep.
Which worked for me because I made my top 10.
Yep, it's a good one.
He's got the sweetest apartment ever underneath a bridge. He lives inside of a bridge.
Everybody lives inside of a bridge, except for Biggles' team who don't have homes.
That's true.
They just are in bivouac. It's high adventure.
Yeah,
it is an adventure for sure.
Yeah.
I wish they would have made the second one. They definitely left it open to make a second one.
Yeah, I could have done 3 or 4 of these things.
But it was just kind of sad that they never followed up on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know how it didn't become a bigger thing.
Because they were already in hot water, quite literally at the end.
Oh, brother.
They're in a big pot.
Yep.
Like, don't just stand there. Before they realize you're not a god, you're just an American.
Have we said everything we're going to say about
I
Biggles?
think we talked Biggles pretty good last episode.
Okay. My number 3 is also another shower-upper, Slipstream.
Ah.
This is my number 3 movie.
Where was it out on your list, Sam? Was it
10.
9? 10. That's a pretty big difference.
Well, here's the deal. I fucking love this movie. There's 2 reasons that I love it so much, is because I think buried in its mess is a good movie.
There was somewhere.
I think it says something about stuff. It's just layers and layers of bullshit piled on top of the message. And that it's such a fucking train wreck that Gary Kurtz just gave up on it completely. And now we all own it.
Yeah.
It's public domain. It is our movie. I own not just a copy of Slipstream. I own the rights to Slipstream.
I wish somebody would get a hold of this and remaster it.
I do too. I really do.
I think that there could be I know that it'll never be not a train wreck, but I know it could be a very good looking train wreck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was shot well. There is that one plane sequence that the mat work is just fucking awful.
When you remaster it, you do that one over again.
Yeah,
you get a do-over on that one because you're going to be working with blank cells in that. So, you would. I think that there could be a very visually pleasing film made if someone had the gumption to do so. It's just that, it's hard to spend 50 G's on something like that and not know what you're going to get back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really love this movie. I would watch it at any point in time because I think that, like I say, I think that there's a good movie in there. You have to find it. And it's like a challenge. Like, where did that good movie go? It's in here someplace. But the fucking Bob Peck being an android, and you think that it's about him and his life, like do androids dream of electric sheep, that type of thing, and then all of a sudden it throws you a wild curveball and it's about Bill Paxton and his fucking balloon company. He wants to become a balloon company.
He's going to build a village in the sky
of balloons, hot air balloons.
He's a dick.
It's a crazy idea, but according to the end of the movie, I guess it worked.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it's epic. I fucking love this movie.
It took me. I like it a lot because it's one of those that it took me like 10 years, and you ended up tracking it down finally. But I was sort of looking for this thing for a really long time. And a lot of times when you can really be let down by shit that you look for a long time.
Sure, absolutely.
And Slipstream is one of the most positive finds that I've had. I knew it was out there. I think it was not in public domain, in 2001, something like that. I'm not sure exactly when, or even if it had been in public domain that time. There wasn't just copies of it. It wasn't on the internet.
There wasn't YouTube that you could have a 2-hour movie on at that point in time.
No, and I knew it existed, and I'd been looking for it, and it was like, oh, thank you. Not just we found it, but we found a good one.
Yeah.
Number 2, Jackie.
Eat the apple.
Oh, I knew you were going to put the apple on your list someplace.
Beautiful apple. Oh, yeah. Apple made number 2 for me. I loved this movie. God had a Cadillac.
Uh-huh. It's a Bentley.
A Bentley.
You guys keep arguing that. I promise you it's a Bentley.
You know, there was some rock star fame, and there was some crazy, like, half-naked guy that kept giving her drugs. And I don't know. I just really, really liked this movie, and I know it was stupid, but... And the music was not good.
The music is terrible.
It was that they didn't understand how music worked.
This is ineptitude at its finest.
The songs didn't have standard structure, which fine, like so now you're the greatest musician of all time.
You've redefined music.
Bam! Bam is the...
Bim.
Bim. Oh, yeah.
We still... Oh, Bim. The BIM thing.
BIM.
Like that's a thing now. The BIM. Like if you sign a contract that you don't fully understand, that's called getting BIMmed. That's a thing. We have created a thing out of that movie. The Apple. Bimming somebody, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy how poor the bad guy is. The curly-haired other singer.
Uh-huh.
And
the blonde one?
Yeah.
The shitty Roger Daltrey.
Yeah, and how uncomfortable he is in his underpants
Dandy.
During that scene. You can just tell that he didn't want to do it.
No.
Yeah, he's wearing a diaper. They
Pretty
didn't
much.
even give him anything sexy to wear. He's wearing a diaper.
Yeah, it's a full set of underwear for sure. I mean, by full, I mean big underwear.
Shiny.
Yes.
Shiny, big, fluffy underwear.
But you know, the best one, though, that I liked was the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Because he looked like a crappy magician
Mm-hmm.
from like when you were a kid, that you just knew that he was going to pull a rabbit out of his hat, but there
Does
was
look
going
like
to
a
be
magician. That's
He
a very
was-
good
no
call.
rabbit.
Who was it? He was the name.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only name in the film. Like other than the God guy who was also those were the two names that got in the picture.
Yeah, it's crazy how bad the Apple is. It's the worst musical it's ever been made, for
And
sure.
I absolutely loved it.
As far as its production, my God. I didn't think anything could be a bigger train wreck than Can't Stop the Music, but the Apple is really
light years beyond it.
a train wreck.
I don't know how Galan was like, yeah, this is going to be it. You were there.
You saw what was happening.
You actually tanked an entire scene that was integral to the plot of the film, and you're still like, oh, this is going to be it.
Yeah.
You lost an entire sequence of your movie, and you still think that there was a chance.
And God, you're closing it with God shows up and drives a Bentley and this guy away. That's how, this is it. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Bentley driving God. And the people just float up into the sky with him and walk into, what?
Was that the Rapture?
It's kind of what it seemed like.
Yeah, that was the Rapture, was the end of the movie. I was like, I don't know about this.
Because she was under contract.
Yeah, and the guy, God, is just the bum. He just took his fake nose off.
Yep.
And now, it's like Superman's glasses, right? I don't know who this Superman is. That's Clark Kent. He's got glasses. Superman doesn't have glasses. God's the same way with the fake nose.
He
Like,
just has a dirty brown nose.
That's Steve. He's got a weird nose.
Yep.
He takes it off. Oh, hey, it's God. Look, everybody.
We shouldn't fail to mention the 6-year-old baby.
The 6-year-old baby.
That was
That
awesome.
poor bastard had the hardest time carrying that 6-year-old. Like, it's my baby. No, that is a grown child. He is in the first grade.
It's not a baby. Oh, man. Yeah, the Apple's fucking crazy. Number 2, Sam.
Number 2. Your
Your
Hunter from
yeah.
the future.
Fucking up your neighborhood.
With his guitar riff and his sidekick.
Yours world.
Yeah, it gets better every time you watch it. It's so ridiculous. Punching the dinosaur out
Uh-huh.
and then using it as a hang glider, and that, ultimately for a flying kick, and also that sets up that anywhere Yor goes will be destroyed.
Will be destroyed. He kills everybody by his I'm awesomeness.
Hey, I'm awesome.
So many people die by the hands of Yor. And it's not murder. It's manslaughter.
It's peripheral damage.
It's clearly manslaughter, but I still think that he's going to prison for life for the thousands of people that he kills in his manslaughtering.
Yeah, Yor's in my bad movie Hall of Fame because, one, it's just sort of such a wild ride. You start out with cavemen, you end up with spaceships, and the laser gun fight at the end is just ridiculous.
Pew, pew. It's literally pew 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 pew
yeah.
pew. The movie.
And what is
wow? You were on the soundtrack for that one.
I did. Pew pew pew.
What is his height? The old guy,
Grog or
Grank or something
like
Greg.
that. Oh yeah, where he flies over the pit of despair or whatever.
He's actually the hero of the picture.
Yes, that he's more of a badass than Yor.
Inadvertently, the only good that is ever done by anyone is by the old guy, and Yor's just like fucking shit up, being awesome. Like, hey, I'm all right. But not only is it the wild ride that puts it up there, is that I don't know of a character, and one of the reasons I really like it, I think Yor has the largest area of effect of any character in any movie everywhere that I've ever seen. No one has...
Jason X blows up an entire planet.
It was like a space truck stop. But I don't know if that's like just him. That was situational. Like,
yeah, could be.
Yor has a constant area of effect that is sizable. I don't know of any, like, the constant level of, if you are within 600 feet of this guy, you're gonna fucking die.
You're gonna fucking die, and you may or may not get banged before then as well.
You may get banged before then.
And you're probably gonna get in a cat fight. The jealousy thing, like, this bitch?
Yeah.
This bitch? No. Not this bitch. Fucking cat fight business is something I have never seen in film before. It's what the fuck? How? Who? Huh? In a barbarian movie. Barbarian movie? Question mark?
An Italian film made in Turkey about dinosaurs and spaceships? And you know, the movie itself tells you when it's being awesome. With the guitar riff.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, wow!
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He's awesome. He knows he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's the smuggest fucking superhero ever. I'm awesome.
Hey.
I'm Yor. Sorry about your village.
Almost,
not really.
In that terms, he's not quite Billy Zane in the Phantom, but he's close.
Yeah, he's so smug.
Billy Zane in the Phantom is... I just love him. He's like, don't worry, it's okay, I'm Billy Zane. Yours just like, oh, I'm awesome.
Ding.
Ding.
He's hot dogging life.
Yeah, he is.
Hot dogging it. Showing off. His middle name is, well, I guess he doesn't have a last name. I guess it's the Hunter from the Future, but it's Yor showboating the Hunter from the Future. My number 2 movie is Gone with the Pope. Because I fucking love it. It's a masterpiece of disaster. It's a trashterpiece. It's just crazy.
It's just crazy.
It's never going to happen again. And it's a fucking shame. There's no way to ever do this again. And I'm so glad that it came out the way that it did. And like the fact that they have a 3-hour work print to edit from and they left all of the offensive material in it. It is unrelenting in its offensiveness. And that, to me, just makes it like such a special piece of cinema because it doesn't apologize for itself.
No, it doesn't.
We're going to piss off every single person on the planet with this movie.
Duke Mitchell's personal philosophy that is... Whoa, really, guy?
Really asshole-y.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm an asshole and I'm proud of it.
Yeah. It makes me wonder about Palm Springs. I don't know if I'd like Palm Springs if he's the king of Palm Springs. Sounds like kind of a rough town. Like, I don't know.
You couldn't go there because you're an Italian.
Duke Mitchell's Italian.
But you're a dirty Italian.
No.
Because he had blonde hair.
He's clean.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He has got the grodiest, nastiest pube head ever. He's not handsome, this Duke Mitchell. But, the idea that the Pope, by being the Pope, converts bad guys just by being in his presence, that he's such a being of inspiration, and he's fucking cool. The Pope is fucking cool in this movie. He's not just like, like
that's
Jesus.
not what the Pope does.
Waves and stuff, and just a symbolic figure. That he's fucking cool blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, like what well, we got you some wine. What else does the Pope drink? Every once in a while, the Pope likes a little brandy.
He's cool. I want to hang out with the Pope, and that's not something I can say about real life. So, wow. Well done, Duke Mitchell.
Yeah, exactly.
And bad done at the same time.
And bad done with you. You're the bad part.
And then the fucking ass-kicking Jeff Mitchell band in this movie. I watched the trailer the other day, and I was like, fuck this music, dude.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know how he didn't make it. I guess that's just like the lottery, right? There's 100, bands just like it probably that were that good that didn't make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Jackknife song should have been a hit.
It should have been a hit, man. It kicks ass and goes perfectly with the film. You're just like, fuck yeah, get him, Duke. Get him. I love it. I love Gone with the Pope. Number 2. Your number 1 movie, Jackie. The big one. What have you got?
The sky is blue and all the leaves are green. My heart is full like a big potato. I think I know precisely what I mean.
Cannibal the Musical.
Cannibal the Musical, number 1. I can't argue with it. I didn't even put it on my list, really. But
I watched this movie more than once.
In like a matter of days.
Yeah, I loved it. I showed like little video clips to everybody I worked with. So that now when I say Spadoinkle Day to everybody at work, they know what the hell I'm talking about. And my favorite song in this movie was the Trapper song.
Oh, the Trapper song is just a masterpiece.
They're all good. Let's Build a Snowman is fucking great.
We're all about to die and we're all sad, so let's build a snowman.
We can name him Shannon.
Shannon Wilson Bell. What? We could make him tall. We could make him not so tall. Snowman. Oh, fucking what an awesome, funny movie. And that, like, I love when Trey Parker is killing the final guy and he just keeps coming back to life. He's got like an axe buried in his face, a screwdriver through his eye, a stick through his heart. His head's been smashed, and he just keeps coming back to life and attacking Trey Parker. Like, finally, Trey Parker doesn't walk away from him, because each time he walks away, he attacks again.
Yeah.
But he finally is, like, looking at him, like, he leans him against a tree, and is like, is he going to come back? Is he going to come back? He fakes him out, the dead guy, a couple times, and then he springs out of nowhere at the end. Like, It is so fucking funny. Hilarious movie. One of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
One of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And you go out, buy it, and watch it with the commentary, because it's even funnier with the commentary on.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hilarious.
They're walking by a river, and the character Swan, like, steps on a branch and, like, hurts his leg. Like, he breaks his leg, and his line is, well, that's it. My day can't get any worse.
Oh, no, he gets his leg caught in a bear trap.
Yeah, that's it. That's as bad as today's gonna get, until he gets eaten, shot in the face, and then cannibalized. And the movie is horrible. It's about eating people, and you can't stop laughing at it. It's so good.
And it's like a Colorado legend. This Alfred Packer. They've really just bastardized it for one fucking joke. When you watch it with the commentary on, you find out that the entire reason that they did this is so they could go, Fudge Packer. And they're talking about, like, that whole movie is this joke, and it's just not that funny.
I wonder if anybody ever asked Alfred Packer if he'd like some fudge.
Fudge, yeah, no, it was like, we're gonna call Alfred Packer a Fudge Packer. It's gonna be so funny to bastardize this legend, and then they do it.
Oh God, I love that movie. Oh man, it's great.
Number 1 for me. Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Hell Comes to Frogtown!
It's on my honorable mention list.
It's a tie, Because Hell Comes to Frogtown is my number one.
Yeah, Hell Comes to Frogtown, with the loss of Roddy Piper, gave it a little bit of gravity, but it just every time you watch it, you're like, what? This fucking thing is awesome.
God, it is awesome.
It is a fucking awesome movie.
He is the most likable character of all time. Sam Hell.
Sam Hell is
just
awesome.
so fucking likable. And without Rowdy, it's just, the film couldn't exist without him. I mean,
No.
that role he is Sam Hell. And he fucking delivers. That is one of the best executed movies I have ever seen in my life. Because as I said on the podcast, on paper, it's stupid.
Yeah.
A man has to go into a town made of mutated frogs so he can bang ladies because he's got super sperm and mega boner. That's going to be a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's like classic bad movie. But then you come out of it going, man, that was a great movie.
It was a good movie. No, I think that if you wanted to see how to make a movie without any cash or very limited cash, Hell Comes to Frogtown is a blueprint for how to make a budget movie.
It looks as good as any movie. It works as good as any movie.
Yeah.
And they have $0.
Yeah, they have $0. They sort of back end Roddy Piper he's going to make a percentage, so they don't have to pay him. Put all the money into the sort of important parts of the production, the camera and electrical, so that it looks good.
And what we can do instead of having things on screen is we can either imply them and people will get it, or we can do something that's cheap, like a sound effect. We don't need to demonstrate a bomb exploding. We can just have a sound effect. Because it's not relevant to the characters.
Well, the masks were pretty good, too.
The masks,
the makeup.
The makeup's amazing.
God.
The cars were awesome. But it's like, we only have this much. Let's get the most out of it. And they get more out of the money that they had with that film than I think really any other film does.
And it's fucking hilarious.
It is hilarious.
It is very funny and intentionally funny and well-delivered, silly jokes. The lady frog laying in the pile of wires going, go on without me. I'm not going to make it. And she's just got barely
go
any
without me.
wires
And
on
all
her.
she did was fall down and he's like, okay.
I don't know where to go. He's clueless on where to go. It's fucking great. And Sandal Bergman is spectacular in it. William Smith is good.
Yeah.
The Lieutenant Boobs is good. Everybody's fucking good. The 3 snake joke. The dance of the 3 snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's the height of Donald G. Jackson. He's on top of his game with this one, and it's sort of weird because he himself had a lot of animosity to the film because he did do it through a company, and he had people looking over his shoulders, and he considered it letting the devil in the door, and that he didn't really get to make the movie he wanted to, but it seems like he very much did. And all of his other movies aren't anything close to Hell Comes to Frogtown.
There's not very many movies that are close to Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yeah.
It is so fucking good. I mean, if anything got a 10 from me ever, it probably would be Hell Comes to Frogtown. I don't give out 10s out of 10, but man, that movie is technically perfect.
Yeah.
It's flawless.
It's the Citizen Kane of bad movies.
It really, really is. It's just so damn fun that it's just
or budget pictures, really, because it's not a bad movie. It's a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
It's the Citizen Kane of budget films.
Yeah. I knew as soon as we watched it. That's my number one
this year. Yeah,
that's gonna be the best. There's no way to come away from that. Nobody can do it better than Hell Comes to Frogtown. Not even Cannibal the musical for me.
No.
Well, there you go. There's your top 10 list, guys. Let's, anybody want to take a stab at some of their honorable mentions? We don't have time to really go too deep into any of them, but I already mentioned Q. Jackie, you mentioned Hell Comes to Frogtown.
I already said all of mine.
Okay.
Because you guys picked all of my honorable mentions as top 10ers, so.
Okay. I want to go through a couple. Outcast with Nick Cage and Hayden Christensen.
Which I still haven't seen, unfortunately.
The movie was freaking awesome.
I Know Who Killed Me was a surprise to all of us.
I thought that was terrible.
You said you liked it.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I hated it. I can't remember now because it was a disaster.
It's a terrible movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just terrible.
Surprised us. Shoot 'em Up was out of left field, too.
That thing was ridiculous.
That's fucking bunkers.
The carrots?
Yep.
What?
Kills guys with carrots. Brick Mansions, Cruel Jaws, Cannibal the Musical, Curse 2 The Bite with Evil Snake Hand.
Oh, yeah. Snake hand thing. That was pretty awesome.
And the opening scene where they're just running over snakes and there's snake corpses flying all through the air and blood and guts everywhere. That was great. DNA, which I watched by myself, Mark Dacascos, versus a creepy alien thing that was not creepy. It just was silly. Templar Nation. Stone Cold. I'm surprised Stone Cold didn't make anybody's list, especially
Stone
Sam's.
Cold didn't even get my whittle down.
Yeah. Fearless Hyena with Jackie Chan. Heroes of the East, which we have talked about
Heroes
a
of the
lot.
East was on there. Yeah.
Tales from the Dark Side, Demon Knight. That was a big deal. We laughed
That
our
was
asses
fun.
off at that with Billy Zane. Top Line was a huge surprise for me. And
Yeah.
almost made my top 10.
Top Line was sort of in there in the top 15. I couldn't get it. I couldn't work it in for whatever reason.
Darkman, The Lost Empire from Jim Wynorski, his very first movie, which the only reason I didn't put it in my top 10 is because I believe it's going to be an episode next year.
Yeah.
Made my honorable mention. Five Element Ninjas, Men of War as well. Turkey Shoot, The Wraith.
Turkey Shoot was another one I had a hard time working. I couldn't get it. It was like, it just was on the outside looking in. There was no way to get it in there.
Leprechaun 3 and Best of the Best 4.
The only ones that you didn't mention specifically would be
Taken 3.
both Mark the Narc and Stunt Squad, the Italian movies that Roman brought.
Yeah.
Those were fun.
Yeah, they were fun.
And Messenger with Fred Williamson, which was, I think, that one was really flirting with my top 10 because of, if you're a fan of Williamson movies, it's about as bullshit a movie as he's ever done.
It's very bullshit.
It's ridiculous. People get shot for no reason.
None.
He blows up cars with pistols.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Big gun.
Yeah. I have a sort of weird, I just have to mention some, my biggest surprises of the year.
Okay.
And so for an older film, the biggest surprise of the year for me was The Driver, Walter Hill.
Okay, yeah, sure.
The Driver was a really good movie. I was like, oh, it made me not like Drive with
Ryan Gosling.
Because it's a shitty copy of The Driver.
Right.
The Driver's a better job at the same thing. And it's like, they stated that it was basically a remake of The Driver, and I didn't think it was a very good one now. Having seen, like, the ultra-violence is still interesting, but I really just ate up The Driver. And it was Turbo Kid for this year, but ultimately the film that surprised me more than Turbo Kid was The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I really liked that movie a lot.
I was kind of surprised by that one as well.
I thought it was going to be bleh, and it was a good goddamn time.
It was a lot of fun.
I
hate Henry Cavill, and man, I sure liked that Henry Cavill in Man from U.N.C.L.E.
He did it like he was, and I guess I was reading up on it that the director is what's his face, Madonna's ex-husband,
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie, yes. So Guy Ritchie was adamant that Henry Cavill played it like
Robert
Vaughn, and that he had a hard time. They had to do a lot of takes because he's like, nope, that's not it. It was almost like he kind of described it as being the scene in Whiplash where dragging, rushing, rushing. That's not my tempo. Like, there was this vision that Guy Ritchie had of doing the perfect Robert Vaughn, and if he was off by just a little bit, they'd do it again and again and again and again. He said it was pretty taxing, but the end result is he was Robert Vaughn without being Robert Vaughn.
Yeah.
He just got the sort of syntax was there, the pauses in the right way. He did a really good job.
Okay, can we get to the good movies now?
Sure. Oh, wait, no, we can't. Because we have my worst surprises.
Oh, no.
My worst surprise was Kung Fury.
Kung Fury fucking sucked.
I was like, oh, it had so much buzz. You watch it and it was like, that's fucking terrible.
And it cost $200,000.
It was awful.
Of people's money that they donated. Eat shit and die.
Yeah,
you
that was-
stupid fuck. God, again, Manborg cost $1,000.
And it's better, and it's basically the same thing but better.
$200,000, and you give us 30 minutes of this shit that is not funny. Not
It's
funny.
not funny. It's not charming. It's not
trite, cliche. It's makes you feel stupid. Fuck Kung Fury.
stupid, and it really eclipsed a film that should have been the worst surprise in Wolf Cop.
Yeah.
Wolf Cop was a disappointment.
Man, big disappointment.
But
Wolf
I can't.
Cop.
It pales in comparison to how angry I was after watching Kung Fury.
Yes, I agree. Okay, Jackie, I want to start with you.
Number 3 was Creed.
Creed. Creed was my biggest surprise of the year.
Yep.
And number 3 for me as well.
Number 3 for me as well.
Creed's
Ooh, weird.
3 across the board.
3 across the board for Creed. It didn't win Best Picture because it had too many wheelies in it.
Yep, that's it.
It had one weak scene that kept it from winning Best Picture. The rest of it was fucking incredible.
It was really, really good, and I still think that Sylvester Stallone should have won Best Supporting Actor.
I do
have
too.
Seen nothing anywhere near what he did in that film.
No, he was really, really freaking good, and he's on screen the entire time. Most Best Supporting Actor roles, they're in for about a quarter of the film, maybe a third, but he's in the entire fucking movie.
And it's one of the strengths of the films is the chemistry between these 3 characters because the movie's about all 3 of them.
Right.
It's about all 3 of these people who love each other, and you believe every second of it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a film, and it's not just this year. It's like I haven't seen on-screen chemistry between 3 people that good in 10 or 15 years.
Creed was so good, it kicked Turbo Kid out of my top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how good Creed is. What a surprise. My God, it was good. Number 2 for me, Furious 7. Loved it. It's my third favorite Fast and Furious movie.
Really?
I love it so much. That end scene, Paul driving away, just fucking breaks my heart, man. God, I love Furious 7. I nearly cry every time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is, it's impactful in my life. I love that fucking Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And that movie is so fucking stupid and great and never lets off the action. They fly cars. We say cars don't fly, Brian, every
20
day.
times a day.
Every fucking day. Dom is just the greatest superhero that's ever existed. The Rock breaks his own cast off.
Yeah.
Time to go to work.
So
It just kicks ass.
Yeah.
And doesn't bother with not kicking ass. Like, oh, we can't do that. It's too stupid. But no, we have to do it because that kicks ass. I don't care what you say, studio. Quit getting your hands involved in this.
Yeah.
We're going to make it stupid, and we're going to make it kick ass, and we're going to make a lot of money. And they do, and it does, and they did.
I think that Kurt Russell's the weak sister in that picture.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that, but I still like it. Fuck you,
I
Sam.
like it. I mean, I like it a lot too. It's not in my top 3 by any means. Because of how I could tell that Justin Lin didn't direct it.
Yeah.
The action sequences sometimes are too close that you can't tell what's going on, versus how there's never anything mysterious happening when Justin Lin was behind the wheel. And that I didn't really care for the Kurt Russell character, even though it's not that bad. I just thought that it wasn't as strong as the rest of it.
Shut up, and what's your number 2?
My number 2 is The Big Short.
The Big Short. Yep. Adam McKay's
pissed
movie.
me off. I'm still pissed off.
I am very angry about The Big Short. It almost out-angered the smartest men in the room for me. Like, man, those motherfuckers.
Those motherfuckers.
Those banking motherfuckers.
Those motherfuckers.
Wall Street assholes.
Yeah.
Fucking us blind because of their stupidity. Not because they're evil, but because they're stupid. You hear me? You're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
You assholes. God, it was really good. Like, there's the 2 mortgage guys that they go and talk to. The
guys that sell mortgages, that sell subprimes.
And they're just shocked at their own stupidity. The words that are coming out of these men's mouth describing what they do for a living, and
that Mark Baum is like, why are they telling us this?
Are they serious?
Like, why are they telling us that?
Why are they bragging?
And then the others, they're not. They're bragging.
Yeah. Are they? What?
What?
These men are bragging, and it's the stupidest fucking thing that they're telling. And I knew these guys, those 2 guys. I used to work with those guys. the entire subprime market was made of those fucking dickheads.
Well, it's a person who knows what's going on. I mean, they even you see the money, you're like, oh, I can make that much money. I can't live with my fucking self.
It's not that they even knew that they were doing anything wrong, Sam.
Yeah.
They are that stupid. I am telling you, it was dude bros
Yeah.
in charge of millions of dollars. Dude bros. Like, bro.
They couldn't have other jobs.
Dude, bro.
These guys would be working at fucking Foot Locker.
That scene where they're at the job fair and they can't even get hired at IKEA. That is accurate.
Yeah.
The Big Short was really good. Jackson, you're number 2.
Well, we've already mentioned it once, so here we go. The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
The Man from
The Man
U.N.C.L.E.
from
was your
U.N.C.L.E. number 2.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good call.
I really
Really
like that movie.
underrated movie.
Really
I thought
liked
it was
a lot.
funny and witty, and I really want them to make a second one, but
Yeah.
I don't know that they are.
I don't know either. I don't think it was a huge financial success. It kind of flew under the radar. I mean, people knew it was out there, but they were like, what the fuck is the Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yeah.
I'm too young to know what that is.
It did enough money worldwide to justify it, but I don't know if the studio's going to. Richie and Armie Hammer and Henry Cavill have all stated they would like to do it again, but they don't know if anybody's going to pull the trigger on it because nobody's going to play with their own money on that.
Yeah. And you remember when we were watching it and we were like, who's this girl? God, this girl
She's
is
from Ex Machina, right?
This girl is really good.
Yeah,
she's like
good.
incredibly charming. And then it turns out, oh yeah, she's a fucking big deal now.
Yeah,
she
she
came
is.
out of nowhere and she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Ex Machina.
Yeah.
She's a good actress and she's so fucking likable in this movie. And the chemistry between Armie Hammer and Henry Cavill, which is stupid for me to even say, Armie Hammer and Henry Cavill have chemistry. Boy, do they have chemistry.
Yeah.
Great. It's everything that I want when I go to the movies to see a popcorn
Pretty
flick.
much.
And it was like when I'm watching it, I'm like, fuck, I should have watched this at the goddamn theater. This is exactly the kind of shit that I want. It's exactly the theater going experience that you are looking for. And we missed it.
Yep.
Kind of kicked myself in the ass for that one too, because I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I would
Really liked it.
I don't usually buy the movies, but I would buy this one and watch it again.
It was a lot of fun. It was a
Yeah.
really, really well-made movie. And action-packed and fun. And
It maintained the spirit of the series. It just does everything right.
Yep, does
Yeah.
everything right. Man from U.N.C.L.E. was a fine choice for number 2, Jackie.
What about you, Justin?
My number 1 movie that I thought was the best from 2015 is The Martian. I absolutely loved The Martian. It has got one very small problem that keeps it from, in my mind, stealing the best picture from Spotlight. But the writing is so good. Matt Damon kills it. He just fucking kills it. And we say Sam Hell's a likable character. Matt Damon's Martian guy, wow, what a likable character. He is charming as shit.
Yeah.
Like, just one of the greatest written characters of all time. And, the science behind it is spot on. Interstellar can kiss my fucking ass. Hey, we made up a movie, or we made up science for this movie. No, these guys did their fucking homework, and all of physics are spot on. And they make it, they make science interesting to non-sciencey people. And that's what's cool. They make fucking being a science geek cool. And not just because geeks are cool, that science is cool.
Yeah, I was not bored when I watched The Martian. And honestly, I was kind of like, I don't really want to watch this.
Right. Yeah, I was dragging my feet going in.
But then we started watching it, and it was like, wow, this is kind of fun and entertaining.
Oh my God, I like this Matt Damon guy so much.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know. I liked it a lot. I liked that he made poop out of potatoes. I mean, potatoes out of poop.
Yep. No, he terraformed a planet.
Yeah.
And some of the things he says, that the amount of firsts that he does, and they reference all of it, like, this is incredible. I am doing all of these things that nobody has ever done before, and I'm probably going to die from it. That's fucking crazy to me. It's awesome. The Martian was really fucking good. Just a little bit too heavy on the music, but that's fine. Sam, you're number 1.
I did not see The Martian, and I did not see anything that would make me disagree that Spotlight was the best movie of the year.
Okay.
I've seen it twice now. So the second time, when you guys were watching it, and it was your first time, my second time, I was trying as hard as I could to find problems with it, and all I found was a second layer of photography that was brilliant, that I didn't notice the first time being as prevalent as it was. I noticed some of the sort of shots of the churches bearing down on the town. The first time I didn't notice how they did that through the entire movie. They just didn't make any mistakes, and it's a very important story.
Yeah, Spotlight is a really well made movie. Like, just that's how you do them.
Yeah, I wasn't wowed by it either, but like when I left,
You don't need to be.
You don't
That's
need to
the
be.
beauty of it.
yeah, I left the theater and I was like, "Yep, that's the best movie I've seen this year." But it doesn't like pull me in any direction. I get angry that the news media doesn't have teeth anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, well, they did that perfectly.
Yeah, we've always said the rule is strength of story and how well it's delivered. Strong story, delivered just
perfectly.
Doesn't matter if it's flashy or not. Strength of story, how well it's delivered.
And
that's a good movie.
Rewarded by both of those being best picture and best screenplay. So,
yeah.
And I thought what was the best for me about this movie is that it wasn't a church bashing film.
It wasn't.
No.
It was not a religious bashing film.
No.
It was, this happened. These are the facts. And this is what went on.
yeah.
Mhm.
It didn't point fingers. It didn't try to make a big statement about
It's
anything.
not biased in any ways.
No, it was, this is what happened. And I have a lot of respect for a movie that can do that without bashing into something bigger than, like, oh, I'm trying to make a statement about the Catholic
It
Church.
takes Mark
like,
Ruffalo's character one time to say, that's just what you get with religion, and they don't ever do that.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, yeah, I'm not Catholic, but and they're not even like, we need to fucking get these guys. They're just saying we need to report this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, beyond it also doesn't make heroes of any of the characters, which I think is another essential failing of those sort of films.
Mhm.
That all the President's Men makes them heroes.
Yeah.
And it goes so far to not make them heroes in one of the final scenes when it was like, somebody gave this to Metro 5 years ago? Robbie, that was you. Like, the only guy that could be a hero in the film was like, I fucked that up seriously 5 years ago.
Yeah. No, Spotlight is really good. It is. I have no problem with it winning Best Picture. I don't want it to be the Best Picture because it's not fun to me. It's not like Silver Linings or something where I think that Silver Linings was the Best Picture that year that I could watch a bunch of times. But absolutely, I have no problem with Spotlight being the Best Picture for the Oscar-winning picture.
And I haven't seen a better one yet because I didn't see The Martian.
Yep.
And maybe I won't think that. I mean, that's the thing, is that I just haven't seen anything this year that's better than that movie.
I just enjoy The Martian. I don't necessarily enjoy Spotlight. It's not fun to me, but it is a really, really strong movie.
Yeah, I agree. But I picked my favorite movie and my number one based off how much I enjoyed the experience of the film.
Right.
And just for the pure entertainment value of it, not because I don't know jack shit about cinematography and all of that crap, right? I enjoy...
You're just a lady.
Yeah, I'm just a lady who enjoys a good story and likes a little action in her life. And so that is why, and no, I did not pick 50 Shades of Grey. Do not look at me like that. And that's why I picked The Kingsman.
The Kingsman.
Kingsman, really?
I loved this movie. I've seen it more than once. I went out of my way to watch it at somebody else, like to borrow their copy of it and watch it at home. And I was kind of hinting around that I wanted a copy, but I didn't get one.
Yeah, because that movie sucks.
Oh my God, I loved it. I thought it was
like
so funny.
It is suck on film.
It's a heavy betrayal to the source material, which was funnier.
Yeah.
But that's the problem that I have carrying a bag in, right? I'm carrying a pretty heavy bag into that movie, so I'm like, it's not really... I think what was on the pages was funnier to me.
I think it's a huge risk as a film, and I think that there's either two ways to see it. You either love it or you hate this movie.
Yeah.
There's no middle of the road like, oh, it's just okay. No, you either love it or you hate it. And it's almost split 50-50 because it's got a 5 on IMDb. So it's all the people that hate it rated it low, and all the people who loved it rated it high. It comes to a 5. But... yeah, I can see why people do love this. I fucking hate it. I hate The Kingsman. I think it's missed I think it's as many missed opportunities as Wolf Cop. Like, you had this to work with and you didn't get it.
It is
fucked it
some
up.
missed opportunities. appreciated some of the filmmaking though, like the popping with the colors was interesting.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah, it looked good. And I will give him the church scene. I give him that one. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my problem is the first fight in Creed. Now that's a sequence.
That's a sequence.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Man, I'm kind of disappointed that you put that as your number one, but there you go. It's
That's
not my choice.
Yep. Up your butt and around the corner. Those are my
Whoa.
3.
Hey-o.
Hey.
Well, thanks for listening to another year of Stinker Madness. We will be back for a 3rd and maybe a 4th. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there.
Thank you for listening. Sam, wow, you're a real fucking dick, dude.
Well, that's... Yeah.
Well, how can you top that one for a thank you?
Don't top it at all.
Get to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.